Class is in session. The Brofessor is in. What's happening, y'all? We have the Monster Bomb Braun Strowman, and we are going to take a look at him at 6-star Braun's preview. I don't get to keep this character. It is loaned to me from Scopely to make this preview possible. It will be taken from my account just as quickly. So, in terms of straps that we are using, we have double Fury 2s. I have 150% move damage for black, and I decided just to leave it on for the whole thing, even though some of the move sets aren't going to be using the black ones. We'll just leave them on there anyways. We're going to put the Heroic Titan crest on there for the blast gems, which he has several. You can also use something where the Sheamus plate, he does make cross break gems as well, so there's a couple of options for plates. He even might be an option for a couple of the newer plates. We might come back to that afterwards. In terms of training ability, yellow moves at 26k will start with 2 MPs, and multiply gems increase their strength by ×1. He is a modern era aggressive powerhouse, raw link, modern era link, and just the single gear. So in terms of the move sets, the first one we're going to go with is we're going to go with the Beal at 1.87. That makes no sense to me. 187k. That makes more sense. Damage, it is 7 MP. We are going to choose 6 gems to make into cross break gems. The Yokozuna Cutter, we're going to deal 200k damage, and we are going to increase our gem damage by 231% for just the one turn, but that's a big spike for that one turn. And lastly, we're going to throw in the Reverse Chokeslam, 164k. We're going to choose 3 gems to make into one turn countdowns. That's going to create a 3x3 random area of multiplies to strength 5. So in terms of the entourage for this, I've decided to go double MP trainer, so that way all the moves would be turn 1 in a feud, especially if your Santa Hogan is higher than mine and you have the plus MP, then they should all go off on turn 1. But I don't have any perks because it's the new month, so we'll see. It might take a turn or some props to sort of show how this would work on a turn 1 move set. And we've put on the zombie of John Cena's to add more cross break gem damage, generate another cross break so we can blow up the board. Another thing to keep in mind though is that if you have RK Bro version of Randy Orton, he adds 1200k or 12k flat for cross break gems. So that could be another option. You can try to buff the multiplies. There's different ways that you can run this. We're just going to try it out this way. See what we think. So we're going to go on the road against a 6-star Hall of Fame Andre the Giant and just see what we think. So I didn't bring enough props to do basically anything that I wanted to do, and we don't have any matches. So we're going to take a match and then we will use a prop. That seems to be our life. All right, we'll take a match. Too big of a match. We could actually just do it this way. We are going to put down our gems, take another hit and a swipe. He's going to get his turn. So now we've made 3 sets of ×5. Now our gems, our red gems are 151, 105. We're going to hit the 231%. And now we're looking at 500k, 349k, 432 for those. And last but not least, we are going to hit the cross break gems. And so our goal is we need to make a match somewhere. That's really the big key. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you would have more space that they wouldn't overlap with each other. But we don't get that luxury this time around. So we want to hit as many of these as we possibly can. We're actually going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we can go 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see how many of that we hit. We're not even gonna hit. That was terrible placement of the crossbreak gems, and we still hit for 9 million. Down to 7 million. I could have chosen that a lot better. We'll run that one more time and I'll actually choose this better. I'll bring the prop so we can actually start on turn 1. But that hit 9 million and I totally messed it up. And I will keep this in the video because sometimes it's better to see that even when you screw up, you can actually still hit for a good amount. All right, let's try this again. We'll bring blue with us. Yeah, without any tour perks, without any sort of other perks with him. It's going to take a few swipes, and we don't got that kind of time. This time we'll make it faster. So you have full perks in the feud, in a Hogan ready to go, then you can. This is what it, excuse me. This is what it will look like. So on turn 1, you would drop your gems, and you would actually take a swipe anyways. Any way you look at it. So we'll just do that. We'll do the. Well, why not? It's all right. He won't kick out of this. All right. This time we will place the red in a much more enviable position where we blow up the actual board. All right. The easier way to do this is just to pick a row, especially if you have a vertical row that works for you. So you know what? I'm going to chew up a few of these times 5. So we'll lose 3 of them, but we will blow up the whole board and hope for a good cascade. So that one hits for 11 million down to 9.46 million. So that's a good smack. Everything is free to go next turn. So that's not bad. That's an 11 million smack on turn 1. Sorry, turn 2. You do have to make a swipe for the cross breaks to go up. All right, let's check out another moveset. So our next moveset, we are going to keep in the Yokozuna Cutter. We'll get that extra damage, but this time we're going to pair it up with a couple of black moves. We're going to make 10 blast gems into red gems with the running power bomb, and those blast gems are going to come from the lifting arm triangle. 30 random submission gems for 3 turns. That will turn into the blast gems when all is said and done. In terms of the loadout, we want to get our moves started on, at least the sub started on turn 1. So that means we are going to put our new Shotzi in at 26k. She will deal 75% more damage. Woods will make sure that we are going on turn 1, sorry. Red gem damage, blast gem damage, whoever you have in these slots here, that's who you can put to get going sooner and to add as much damage as possible. All right, so let's take it out on the road again, and I'm no longer at the road. Hold on. All right, we're back on the road. Let's take some props with me just in case we need to do something prop-wise. All right, let's go. So turn 1, we're going to put down our gems. I might not have saved that, did I? I did not. I totally did. Still only went for 1 turn, which is not what we wanted. I did change it. See, I changed it, but it still went for 1 turn, even though I have blast gems. So that should have gone for 3 turns. And now he's actually going to get... I have to waste a prop on this, which is annoying. But it should have been a 3-turn sub. You get the idea. So we're going to hit this black running power bomb. It's going to make 8 power gems. We're going to blow up the board, hopefully fill up everything while we're at it. 2.29 million damage. And then we get to, unfortunately, waste another one of these props. So annoying. When the moves don't actually reflect your coaches and your trainers. So sub number 2. And now we can start having some fun with it. So these are doing 61k damage. And now with our 231%, they're doing 204% each. blow up the board again. That does about 6 million. Hopefully he doesn't kick out. I don't need to waste any more props on this one. So that's how that moveset works. Let's go check out the next one. So the next moveset we're going to do is we're going to bring in actually the cross breaks with the blue choke slam move and the Yokozuna cutter. I think this move is the one that makes the most sense, I think, for almost all of his movesets. But this time we're going to bring in just the choose into blast gems. And this is the only choose move that he has. That's not true. This is also a choose move, but none of his choose moves are actually choose colors of any sort, which I think is his one downfall, to be honest. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to start it with Piper, and I know Piper is rare, but anybody with a red move or a red MP plus is going to be good for this move set. Piper just has extra red gem damage, and when you have her up to 26k, it's 2 MP and I think it's 40% more gem damage. So we'll start with the red MP up, and then we're going to add a cross break, and we're going to add a blast gem to each one of them. So we'll make it a 7 and a 7. And we'll see how that plays out on the board. Actually, let's change this just a bit on the fly. 1 second. We're actually going to change it. We're going to go as if we don't have a second MP trainer. Let's see if we can get the Titan plate to go off and see how much damage we can do. So we'll put in JBL for the extra gems, so that way when we choose them, we can get the Titan plate to go off each and every turn. The alternative then is to take out this and to actually put in Santa Hogan, and by putting it in Santa Hogan, you should be able to start, if I am correct, maybe. So yeah, so your yellow moves would then infuse, start turn 1 with a 15k Santa Hogan, or if they don't have defensive plate capabilities. So let's go check it out with Andre the Giant. Let's see if we can get these to go off. It's more of a turn 2 build is what it looks like. So usually, well, we got lucky in the sense that we cascaded our turn away. So if this does go off on turn 1, then what you're able to do is hit and get the rainbow gems out. If you have a red match, even better. Since we're making 7 of them, we can blow up the whole board, which should give us all that we need. So that hits for 5 million down to 4.4. And he might kick out. He does kick out. This one he will not. And so now this time we do the same sort of thing, except we just double up on these. So our goal, of course, is to make sure we know where our X break is going to be, but it doesn't matter. These can go anywhere on the board. We just got to get them down, because now we're going to do 272k. It actually does matter. If you put them on red gems, it's obviously better. But we're doing this quickly. And then we just blow up everything on the board. So last time we did 5.5 million. Second time around, we do almost 9 million damage. So then the next time around, it would do even more if they had more health, because the Titan plate is a 2-turn plate. All right, let's look at one last moveset. So for the final moveset, we're just going to put in the finisher. We're going to keep the 3 reds together, and this time we're just going to deal 700k damage, and the opponents get to skip turn for 2 turns. And so with a double red MP, we will be starting this turn 1 come feuds, and we'll just continue. Again, down here is just a matter of just gem damage, or you can put on some beefier plates, but if you have a 200% red move damage, then this right here would do 2 million each time that you hit it. So that's actually going to smack pretty hard as far as the finisher goes, and then you're going to do some really beefy damage elsewhere. But I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, each turn, as long as you can get it to reload, each turn you should be able to get all the red moves going pretty consistently. So we don't have the match that we're hoping for. We also wanted to get the finisher off on turn 1, so we'll make a swipe as if the finisher goes off on turn 1. And then we're going to hit our finisher, skip them for 2 turns. Keep in mind, with a proper metal, that's going to hit for 300k. He is stunned. We do not have enough red gems on the board, so this becomes the one issue, is reloading with this one, especially if the board ends up going dry like it did right here. We will take the 5 match. That should have taken a 5 match. So that hit for 3.76 million. Still stunned for 1 more turn. And we can just keep doing this. The hope being that you can get all your moves reloaded afterwards. Sheamus plate could be in play here as well too, giving yourself some extra red gem damage for a couple of turns every time you put down the cross breaks. That time we blow up everything, and we do 4.5 million. He's not going to kick out of that. So you can see how that would work sort of in theory. So there's Braun Strowman, the Monster Bomb. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give it the old like, subscribe, and share, or sub-share. And join us in class again next time. Appreciate you being here. Class is over. Brofessor out.